The month of December is finally turning very active, and we'll be breaking down the weather pattern in today's weather forecast through the middle of the month of December. Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, especially for detailed weather breakdowns on North America, and be sure to press the like button down below as it helps to get this information passed along to more and more people. Looking closely here at the synoptic weather pattern across the United States and North America today, we have a ridge of high pressure that is in firm control across the Mississippi Valley and especially the upper Midwest as we go through the day today. And that does mean our temperatures will be warming up in a big way across the upper Midwest. We're a good 20, 25, even 30 degrees above normal for this time of year across the high plains and especially up there into the upper Midwest. And that continues even as we go into tomorrow on Friday as well. Across the middle of the country, we're going to be seeing 20-degree temperatures above normal for those areas. Looking at the high temperatures today, we are ticketed to the 50-degree mark all the way up into portions of the Twin Cities region in Minnesota, the mid-50s there toward Rapid City in South Dakota, the 60s not too far behind into Omaha. We could be pushing 60 in Des Moines, and look at the 70-degree line, folks. It's December, and it will be pushing all the way up into southern Kansas this afternoon. And as we go into tonight, it's still going to be very mild. We're above freezing all the way up into southern Canada as we go into tonight, folks. So make sure that if you do have any outdoor plans that you have them tonight, because it will be a wonderful night out there to be outdoors if you do like chilly weather but not super cold weather. And then as we go into your Friday, we're going to see those temperatures start to swing eastward a little bit, but we're still seeing some above normal temperatures, folks, here. 40s, 50s, and 60s to go around from the Midwest down through the Ohio Valley in the southern tier of the United States. And you are seeing that correctly in Texas around the Abilene region, San Antonio, even getting down toward the Rio Grande Valley. We could be seeing temperatures into the lower 80s as we go into the Friday afternoon time frame. Now looking at precipitation today, we do have some energy working in across the Pacific Northwest. The higher elevations, of course, we will be seeing snow as temperatures will be supportive of snow there. In the lower elevations, we're going to be seeing primarily rain as the temperatures will be above freezing for the most part down into the lower elevations of the Pacific Northwest. High pressure and firm control across the south central U.S. down there toward Florida, so dry weather overall today. As we go through Friday, the energy will be swinging further east from the Pacific Northwest into the northern high plains and the southern portion of Canada, bringing some lighter snow to places like eastern Montana, North Dakota, possibly even the front range of the Rockies as well. Into Colorado, could be seeing some snowfall. It's not going to be a big deal, but we could see a couple of inches of snow out of this as we go through that Friday night time frame. Overall, here is your rainfall accumulation over the next 24 to 48 hours. Could be talking about some decent rains again for Seattle, down through the Portland, Oregon region, and into the northern Sacramento Valley and northern California. That could swing eastward into Idaho, getting into Montana, Wyoming, and then even further east from there as well. And most of this in the higher elevations will actually come in the form of snowfall. So the ski resorts, again, will get a fresh supply of snowfall there for Washington State, Oregon, the northern Sierras there into California, northern Nevada, Utah, Colorado, you name it. A lot of those areas out west will be seeing a lot of heavy snow, and then a couple inches of snow is on the way, especially for North Dakota and eastern Montana as we go through Friday night. Maybe just enough to shovel across those regions. Then our next big storm system, or two storm systems now across the United States as we go through this weekend and early next week. We have that parent trough moving down all the way into North Texas with the base of that trough as we go into Saturday, and it takes more of a neutral and then eventually a negative tilt as we go Sunday night, and eventually into that Monday time frame to start next work week. And we have to keep an eye on this. The dew point temperatures will be into the 60s all the way up into Memphis, Tennessee on Saturday. And look at that sharp cold front where we have 60-degree dew points there in Shreveport, but you go about a couple hundred miles west into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, those dew points are in the 30s and 40s. So a sharp contrast that will provide the lift in which we will have some stronger thunderstorms on Saturday, and then that cold front moves quickly off to the east on Sunday as we go into portions of the southeast. That warm sector goes all the way up into the Delmarva region and approaching the I-95 corridor across the northeast as we go into that Sunday time frame. So let's walk you through that weekend time frame with this storm system. The first storm system will be a 995 millibar low up here around Lake Michigan. Initially, a few days ago, this was going to produce some heavy snow, but things have changed. The phasing of the jet stream didn't come together correctly enough for a bigger snowstorm for the upper Midwest. So we're left with just a couple of snow showers, mainly rain though, across Michigan, down through portions of the western Ohio Valley, and then the stronger thunderstorm activity we'll have to watch out for across the Mid-South and into the Deep South as we go into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. And then Saturday night, we start to see the coverage of these showers and thunderstorms from portions of Lake Erie all the way down through the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and the Dixie Alley region start to blossom with some of the heavy rain out there and some of the severe weather as well as we go into Saturday night. And then that storm system moves off to the north and east, and a new low pressure system will develop and quickly race off to the north and east and strengthen on Sunday, bringing widespread heavy rainfall across portions of the Northeast and New England, down through the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast during the day on Sunday. And then as we cool off Sunday night, there will be a quick changeover to some snow on the backside, but whether or not and how long this will last will really depend on our snowfall amounts right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's the severe weather potential for your Saturday, December 9th, and the cities impacted is on the left-hand side of your screen and really unchanged. We see possible to likely severe weather there. If you are in the orange, watch out for some severe weather. We could be talking damaging winds, large hail, and a couple of isolated tornadoes there, especially again for Little Rock, Memphis, Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, and the Houston Metroplex on Saturday. That shifts eastward with the warm sector on Sunday. Roanoke, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, the Columbia region, Atlanta, and then down into the Tallahassee area and vicinity as we go into that Sunday time frame. Again, all modes of severe weather would be in play: damaging winds, large hail, and a couple of isolated tornadoes. And this system will not only be producing severe weather, but heavy rainfall overall. This weekend, this storm system will be dumping 1 to 3 inches of rain across the better half of the eastern half of the country. You can see from the northeast all the way down into the mid-Atlantic and the southeast, widespread 1 to 3 inch amounts of rain. Could be some flooding as we have that deep snowpack still from recent snowstorms earlier on in November across portions of interior New England from northern Maine, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and upstate New York. When we throw some heavy rain up there, definitely watching out for some flooding risk. And looking at our first storm system with snowfall, again, a few days ago, this was looking like a nice storm across portions of the upper Midwest. It has backed off on the totals, but we could still see a few snow showers, at least on grassy surfaces, possibly adding up to a coating out there across Wisconsin, northern Iowa into Minnesota, but it will not be that big of a deal. The second system on Sunday into Monday will be bringing a little bit more snowfall, but the snow amounts are dependent on when that changeover happens and just how long that moisture sticks around to produce snow. Right now, early estimates does show a good 2 to 4 inches, I think, across portions of western Maine, northern Vermont, New Hampshire, getting through much of New York State, and then some of that could be down into northern Pennsylvania, where we could see around 1 to 3 inches of snowfall there into Pennsylvania, and then down the Appalachians, maybe an inch or two for you down there into West Virginia. Beyond this storm system, we're going to reset the atmosphere as we go into the middle of the month, and we're going to see above normal temperatures come right back into the picture, especially across the northern tier of the United States. A little cooler than normal down near the Rio Grande Valley and the immediate Gulf Coast down there, places like New Orleans, Houston, getting over toward Tallahassee, the Jacksonville region. Below normal with our temperatures toward mid-month, and that will last through at least December 20th, right before Christmas time. And here are our potential high temperatures as we go into mid-December. Notice we're going to be seeing those 40s and 50s again, well to the north. We're talking Chicago, we're talking Des Moines, Iowa, even the Green Bay region seeing some 40s out there toward mid-December. Definitely not December-like weather. And then the colder weather will be up into Canada with more of the Arctic air up there, and then more across the west where we've seen a lot of that snowpack adding up across the Rockies, the Pacific Northwest. In the higher elevations, those temperatures will be hard pressed to get out of the teens and the 20s out there by the middle of December. Looking at precipitation trends during the middle of the month through the 20th time frame, dry across the north and wetter across the south, especially for Texas, Oklahoma, and near the Gulf Coast, and especially there for Florida, the coastal southeastern areas, seeing some above normal precipitation. That's all due in part to a very strong subtropical jet that will be moving across Mexico into the Rio Grande Valley and right near the Gulf Coast, supplying those areas with Pacific moisture. And we're going to have kind of a train of these storm systems moving from the West Coast down across the Four Corners region of the United States and then down across the Gulf Coast as more or less as like a conveyor belt of storms as we go into the middle of the month, and probably seeing a lot more rain than snow with those above normal temperatures across the country. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below for detailed weather breakdowns across North America. We got you covered here with accurate weather forecasts right here on this channel. Be sure to press the like button down below if you like today's weather forecast. Share this video with friends, family, and on social media, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their Thursday out there.